This podcast contains content that is graphic in nature and mature language that may be unsuitable for children or young listeners. Listener discretion is advised. Hello, Sin Lawsome fam. Welcome to the very first bonus episode. I'm Kelly, and this time I'll be rolling solo just for this bonus episode here. There's a few things that I wanted to talk about that I didn't want to put into a regular episode, and since we do every other week for our episodes, I figured that on an off week we could every once in a while throw in a bonus episode. That way we could talk about things that I don't want to bog down an actual full episode with that. So it's 100% up to you whether you listen to this whole episode or not. It's probably only going to be about 10-15 minutes at the maximum, but it's just stuff that's extra that I don't want to make you skip through in a normal episode. So having said that, I just wanted to say thank you to all of our listeners. As limited as we may be in a listener base, I still feel like we have a bunch of people that are very consistent, and I just wanted to say a big blanket thank you to everyone who comes back and listens to every single one of our episodes, and to all the new listeners. I hope you keep coming back. I hope you keep listening, and hopefully we can keep this going. On that note, I would like to go ahead and throw out some stats at you guys. Our all-time downloads since we started our podcast about 3 months ago, we right now have a total of 9 full-length episodes out, and we have 260 downloads for just 9 episodes. So big thank you to everyone who listens and to everyone who shares our podcast with their friends, with their family. And again, thank you to everybody who has referred a case to us that I've been able to cover, and if I haven't covered it yet, we will get to it, I promise. We've got lots of episodes coming up that I'm really excited about, and from all over Northeast and Central Louisiana, South Louisiana, all over the place. So keep those referrals coming and keep listening, because if you haven't heard it yet, it is on its way. So talking about that, for all time, we have 260 downloads. Just in the past month, we have 92 in the last 30 days. And just since Monday, yesterday, 9/25, when the Eugenie Boisfontaine episode aired, we already have 10 downloads just from that one. And I know these numbers sound tiny, but thinking about the fact that we only started 3 months ago, to me, this is incredible. It feels really incredible. So I just wanted to say a big thank you and to let everybody know that we're slow, we're small, but we're here, and we're going to keep on keeping on like Joe Dirt. A couple other stats for you guys. Location based, we're going to go with, of the last 260, we have 253 in North America. We have 2 in Europe and 5 in Asia. And technically, we have 8 total downloads from Mexico, because that's included in North America, obviously. It's because it's going as the continent, not just the United States. So we have 8 from Mexico, 4 from the Philippines, 1 from France, 1 from India, and 1 from Ireland, which I thought was really interesting. Our number 1 city for downloads, our top city for downloads, is Dallas, Texas. The second is Alexandria, Louisiana, and then it varies for Tucson and Dry Prong, Louisiana, Mississippi, Louisiana. Actually, we have 8 downloads from Wyoming, Evanston, Wyoming, which I think was one of every episode. And then the same thing for Guadalupe, Nuevo Leon. And that one was the 8 from Mexico, which I think they binged all 8 episodes at the time, which I think is a really good sign of, we're doing something right. Because if you click on an episode and you're not really into it, you're not going to listen to all 7 other episodes. So I always look at that as a positive. So thank you guys from everywhere, Europe, Asia, Mexico. We appreciate the listens. And one other thing I'd like to mention, our podcast was recently reviewed by Podcast Tonight. And you can just Google Podcast Tonight Sinlaw and it'll take you to the article. Or you can go, I think I'm going to put it in the show notes of the Eugenie Boisfontaine episode. So you can go and listen to that episode and click it at the bottom. That'll have the podcast review link. You can just click on that, go read that, and share it with your friends, or, just read it and see what they had to say, which I thought was pretty cool. A couple other things. I have started posting the full episodes and just quick shorts on YouTube. So Sinlaw Podcast has an actual YouTube page now. You can use that as a platform to be able to listen as well. And I plan on getting a Patreon set up sometime in the future to be able to add bonus content on there as well. We're just not quite at a point where we can start that up yet, because we just don't have enough content to be able to throw on there yet. There is still an option to be able to support the page through our host website, which you can see on any of the episode notes for any of the episodes that are already out. But otherwise, I think that's pretty well it. We've got a couple things that'll be coming up hopefully soon. Trying to get that crossover episode. If y'all have listened to the other episodes that I've posted, there's talks of a crossover episode with another podcast. Hopefully we can get that done. I believe when I post this episode that I'll make 10 episodes that are posted, but only 9 of those will be like the full episode. So technically our 10th full episode won't come out until October 9th, I believe. So we'll have episode 10, and that one's going to be a really good one. Another referral by a listener, and I think that's really it. So maybe just a 6-minute update. There's been a bunch of crazy stuff going on in other parts of the world. We're in the middle of hurricane season. We've got, oh my gosh, Hyde from That 70s Show has been sentenced to like 30 years in prison. You've got the Murdaugh guy that has now pled to all of the tax evasion and theft charges and all of those things. And I mean, just a crazy amount of true crime stuff, as well as just normal crazy like weather stuff. We're still steaming down here in Louisiana. They said they tricked us this week. They said it was going to be in the 80s, and we're still mid 90s every single day, which is disgusting, but such is life. We've got a couple episodes coming up that are actually going to have my mom as a co-host. We'll have that one, I think, actually is the next episode to come out. And then we'll go back to just Kyler and myself. I'm actually really excited because the episode coming out on October 23rd is one that I've had sitting in my pocket pretty much since the beginning of our podcast, since we started. It was one of the first episodes we recorded, and it's really good. It's a really good episode, and it's been covered actually in a couple different places, not just by ours when it comes out. So it's a really good case, really interesting case, but there's a specific entity that I mentioned in there that you'll have to wait to hear about when that episode comes out. But I'm really excited to be able to get that one out there and get it listened to. Other than that, I don't think I have a whole lot else. again, if you guys have any questions, if you have any referrals or anything like that, you can always put those in an email. And now if you go to the YouTube, you can leave comments on the YouTube videos and even, talk and throw out ideas there, which not very efficient, I'll admit it, but, email is always preferred, especially if I don't happen to run into you or happen to check the YouTube comments or what have you. So I'm also thinking about possibly starting an Instagram to be able to share different things that I come across during the workings and finding resources and things for this case, to be able to share in a quick spot for people to be like, oh, well, that's what that guy looks like, or oh, that's what that lady looked like, and so on and so forth. But I'm really excited. I'm really, really glad that you guys are sticking with me and listening to my episodes, and just the fact that everybody keeps coming back, and that we have over 250 downloads in 3 months with only 9 episodes, to me speaks volumes to you guys. So once again, I appreciate every single one of you, and I hope you guys keep coming back. Love y'all. Take care out there. Stay awesome. I couldn't help it. Later.
This has been an Elf Audio production.